So I'm taking you through a spine mobility series here. And so as I push the foam roller forward, I'm allowing my chest to fall down towards the ground. And I'm feeling that nice stretch down the sides of my back, where my lats are, which are the muscles that are kind of just underneath your armpits and to the sides. So keep your thumbs up to the sky while you do this one. Make sure to breathe and relax and ease into it. So next, plant your hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips, and then we're going to try to connect one side of our hip to the same side shoulder. So we're kind of wagging our tail and our upper body, and trying to meet our hip to our shoulder. You can move into this rocking back and forth position. So trying to reach your tailbone back and then engage your glutes as you're pressing forward. Keep your nice strong hands and arms into the ground. Bring yourself up into a nice high plank. So wrists and toes press strong into the floor and really tighten your abs. Drop the knees and hold for 5 seconds. And bring the knees back up. The whole time I want you thinking about pressing strong with your arms into the ground so you have as flush of an upper back as you can hold. So try to push that floor away from you. Abs are strong in this one. Sit back into a nice relaxing child's pose. Take your knees wide, then reach your arms over to one side. Find that nice deep stretch in the lats. Walking over to the other side, deep breaths. And let's pop ourselves up into downward dog. So press your hips to the sky. I've got my one leg reached up in the air, and then I've bent the knee and opened my hip to the ceiling. Other leg straight up in the air, bend the knee, open the hip to the ceiling. Push your chest back towards your thighs. Strong arms in the ground. Back to our tabletop position. This time my knees are floating, and I'm going to hold. And then setting down, release. Now it's time to start to stabilize our spine. So from a hands and knee position, you can start to alternate out opposite arm and leg. What we're trying to do is keep our lower back very stable. So trying not to shift side to side, imagining you're balancing something on your lower back. I'm doing my best to reach my arm out nice and far and trying to straighten the back leg as best as you can, pushing from the hip. If you have a small space like mine, there might be lots of obstacles in your way. Do about 10 of these, holding for just a couple seconds aside. And again, still trying to push strong into the ground with your hand. Another spine stabilizer is a side plank. So on your side, bend your bottom knee, straighten your top leg, and come up. We'll just hold for about 5 seconds and then back down. Good. Nice strong shoulder, pulling the ground towards your hips is the cue. You can tell your elbow. Hips, head, and shoulders in line as best as you can. Here I could be rolling my top hip forward a little bit. A couple more spine stabilizers. So this one you lie on your back, one knee is bent, one leg is straight, one hand behind the head, one hand in the lower back. We're going to use our upper abs and lift up off the ground for about 5 seconds and lower. So we're trying not to flatten into the bottom hand. And you could do as many as you want here, maybe 8 or 10 reps a side. I'm just doing 3 for now. And finally, grab something like a foam roller if you had one from the first one, and put it against your knees, knees on one end, hands on the other. And we're going to gently press with our knees and hands into the foam roller, and you should feel all your abs engaging. Try not to flatten your lower back strongly into the ground. Just keep a nice natural curve there. Breathe and hold the abs strong. You can do up to 30 to 60 seconds here, depending on where you're at with your core strength.